2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. Our coverage tonight from Target Center as the Minnesota Timberwolves will be playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And Greg Popovich, easily one of the best coaches in NBA history. He'll be guiding the U.S. in international play in 2020. Kenny, how excited are you for that?
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited because every guy wants to play for Pop. I wish I was able to play in 2020 because that would be something. He is one of the best choices for the team.
You know, with Pop at the helm, it could be one of the best teams ever to represent our country. I might have to come out of retirement and play for them.
I wonder if they have to do in-game interviews on the international level.
No, that wouldn't be a good idea.
Come on, Pop is classic in that
Classic.
setting. Classic.
Classic.
Classic for few words.
Yeah. Let me try this in few words. We're done.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name, the big ticket. Dude, K-Hard, man, I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. So glad you can join us from the beautiful Target Center, the home of the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And, of course, Pau Gasol. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago, obviously looking long-term rather than short.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan grew up in California, and he idolized Kobe Bryant. Now, DeRozan says, Kobe was my favorite player. I watched everything he did, practiced almost all his moves, and DeRozan has become a multiple-time All-Star. Kevin?
Well, DA, you can see that influence. Great stuff. Thanks for the report. And, Kev, in your time with the Celtics, you had the big three. Big four, even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah.
Without you, that doesn't. I mean, come on.
Just to think about it, though, we all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding, you know, not to say that you need to have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. In that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all syncing each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things. Things that, you know what, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously, seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, you know? True growth.
Amazing. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then there's Murray. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Forbes in at the two-guard spot. So it's San Antonio now. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Shots good by Gay.
And love how committed Gay is inside. No one is stopping him. He's overcoming any challenge.
Teague feeling it out a bit. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good.
Well, Jeff Teague is a very capable scorer from the lead guard position. He plays with a high motor. He can make shots. This guy is very good at the point.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
And KG, you've talked about the players who influenced you. It must help to have that inspiration from other great players.
So I look at trying to find
a compass, a roadmap
something. And Chris Webber right away. As soon as I saw high school footage of him, I saw a tape of him and Big Dog playing each other in a dark gym in Chicago. They was just dunking on each other. And it was this classic tape. No, this is a real story. And I resonated with Webber ever since. And, you know, he didn't really shoot a lot of jumpers. He was through. He was powerful. And I mixed it, you know, obviously took pieces of that. And they were able to, you know, obviously put it into my own game. But he was my inspiration.
That's a great story.
Now, see, Webb knows that. I told him that. When I first met Webb, I was starstruck. Him and Michael Jordan and Shaq a little bit, right? Because Shaq is like, holy, like, God.
He's like that house you were talking about.
The house. Go home, look inside the house. It's like looking at Shaq, right? Shaq to Diesel, right? But seriously, I was starstruck, and I was like, holy snap. And then, you know, he scored, and I had to really come out of that really fast. And after that, I think the very next year, I blocked the shot and said something. He was like, oh, we talking? Yeah. But since then, we've always had an understanding. We've always went in each other's neck, and we understood what it was. But, yeah, Chris Webber was a huge inspiration in my progression.
Love that story. Ball's knocked loose. Covington with the steal. Here's Wiggins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wiggins has got his first 2 points.
Now, this guy can do it anytime he wants. Andrew Wiggins with broad shoulders to carry the load there.
DeRozan against Covington. And DeRozan kicks to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Here's Murray. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Back to Teague. He can't get that one to fall. Murray with the defensive effort. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Are you going to dive on the floor? Are you going to do the small things? You know, are you going to double down? Are you going to be in the spot when you're supposed to, when you're supposed to be there? You know my bads. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. Yeah. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be, because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all on one and then go forward with the same velocity like you wanted to. It's frustrating.
Just terrific communication between teammates. DeRozan times his leap to perfection, and the pass was perfect.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Now, here's Covington. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Here's Sharch. Back to Covington. Now the pass to Wiggins. From 15 feet away, that one drops for him. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night.
Well, the mid-range game right now on point for Andrew Wiggins, doing work.
They grab their own miss, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Boy, hitting for good percentage here in the first quarter. He's doing what he can to get his team off on the right foot.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Karl Anthony Towns.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw off from Gay.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
And Kevin, you were drafted back in 1995, straight out of high school. You ever wonder how your career might have been different had you played some college basketball?
When I look at college, those are people that are going to, if not prepare themselves for something else. I was doing the same thing at a rapid rate, doing it through college.
Very accelerated rate.
Very accelerated rate. Where people was getting in 4 years, I was probably getting in 6 months, if not 3 months, and have to understand and articulate it. Then I got to block out. I got to understand what all that is and how finance and economics work and how it affects me. And now I got to strategize from when I'm going to do certain business moves throughout this whole season and be able to talk to an owner and talk and negotiate and go back and forth within a certain timeline. This is all stuff that you don't get in a book. This is all on the ground. You got to learn it, and you got to have a passion for it. You can't sit back and let somebody do your job for you. You got to know what it is. To be able to teach someone something is elite to me. So, you know.
And it was a process, and you enjoyed the process, though, right? Because you're a sponge. You absorb so much as from a person watching you go through all this.
Kev, I'm a student.
Yeah.
And you know me. You've been knowing me since I was a kid. You saw my growth. You saw when I struggled. One thing about struggle, you always have a chance to do something about that. I like to think that in life you have a choice. You can, you know, it's what you do and how you do it. And I've always wanted to be a person of quality. I always wanted to be a person of class. You know that. And I'm a professional, and I was taught that you don't get to pick and choose when you're a professional. And I like to think that I've learned through my mistakes and have applied the stuff that I've learned through my mistakes. You know, some of the things I'm teaching these young guys, some of the things I'm talking to these young guys about is just simple experiences and how I messed up. And if I could do it over, I would do it like this. And if I could talk to, you know, my parents, and I have parents like your parents, I would sit down and I would say this. Relating to these young guys, understanding these young guys, understanding, period, says a lot for everything, bro. That's what I've learned through all of this.
Here's Sharch, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Sharch has got his second basket of the game.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Murray against Sharch. Gay kicks to Aldridge. Knocked away and stolen by Jang. Teague against Murray. Here's Sharch, and there's another one for the Timberwolves. And Kevin, you talk about the makeup of a championship roster. Can you win it if you're not bound together, if you're not like a family?
I don't know. I only have one as a family. Yeah. And I just don't know him going forward and doing something together that it represents family. I think that if you're doing something alone, that says solo. If you're doing something as family, it makes it a lot more easy.
Well said. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Sharch. Bang comes in for Robert Covington. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Teague. Now here's Wiggins. His last outing with 20 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Spurs trail by 7. Mills with it. And that one comes up a bit short. Well, they can tack on a few more points onto this run.
Yeah, it is starting to become a big one.
Here's Wiggins. Rejected by Walker. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Yep, that one goes. Walker's got his first points of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Rose finds Dang. To the inside. Here's Jang. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for San Antonio. 7-point differential. Pass to Bellinelli. Back to Mills. Shot clock at 5. There's the pass to Mills. Over Rose. Hits the front of the rim and out. Timberwolves leading by 7. Wiggins kicks to Rose. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson is so strong on the backboards. His ability to pursue the offensive glass is truly a thing to watch.
Walker against Wiggins. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Wiggins against Walker. And yes, it's good. Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
Wiggins. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Wiggins has got 10 points in the game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And Walker kicks to Bertans. Bellinelli against Dang. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Wiggins against Walker. Where's the dish to Mills? And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Now here's Wiggins. 10 points for him. 1:03 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Gibson. Misses from close range.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Lobbed up there for Gibson. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Walker against Wiggins, and it's Walker penetrating. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Wiggins.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Walker. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tolliver the pass to Rose. Lets it fly. Bertans grabs the board.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Outside Rose. Kicks it to Dang. He got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Rose is out there with Dang, and it's Tolliver in at the 3 spot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks. And the first one drops. Kevin, we know the big markets offer more opportunities than just basketball. Does that make it impossible for small market teams, you think, to compete?
I think that as long as you have dollars in the market, yes, you can be competitive. I think that your GMs have to actually put forth some work and put forth teams. I think you got to find what groups of guys work together and then go out and try to foresee that. I think in a game where you're dealing with cash and you're dealing with being able to have ability to sign and trade players in this league, I think that you can make a competitive roster. There's no mishaps on
There's
what
enough
you can
money
do.
around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And player movement is more than ever now. You know, players are not doing 5 to 6 year deals no more. Players are doing 2 years.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can definitely make a competitive roster.
Now, here's Mills. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Here's Dang following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Towns up top to the middle with the shot. That one a little long. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Mills can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Marco Bellinelli picks that up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he can't get the first one. Some changes for Minnesota. Robert Covington's checked in for Gibson. And it's Teagan for Luol Deng. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Patty Mills. That one is no good. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. DeRozan's shot is off.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Rose, good. Kevin, it's not enough that you've got to manage a career which demands so much time and so much your mental and physical being. But then managing a marriage, having a family while you're playing, that's a balancing act that not a lot of guys can pull off, but you have.
No, you have a professional life and then you have a personal life. I like to think that basketball is obviously my profession. I love to play. It has a business component to it that you got to obviously get some attention to. But then, when it comes to being personal, your family, your friends, you have to separate the two. I was learned very early in my early career that never bring basketball home, even on the court. One of the things I struggled with was losing and being able to leave it on the court.
That would have been tough. For you in particular.
No, I'm just telling you, my first 5-6 years, I can honestly say, I've lost relationships, and the fact that I couldn't leave certain things on the floor.
Right.
I wasn't really good with that as a young man, and it cost me some cool relationships. But I like to think that I learned from that. I like to think that I've applied the things that I've learned, and I was able to separate the two, which is very important.
Yes.
Got to have a distinction between the two.
Here's Bellinelli after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Bellinelli finds DeRozan. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Bertans, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Defensively, Kev, it's very hard to impact a shot from the mid-range when you're giving up that many inches as a defender.
Teague the pass to Towns, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Elbow shot is on the way, and it's good off the back rim and in. 8 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Getting points on the go is one of the things that drives DeMar DeRozan's game. He's never going to miss an opportunity to get out and run.
Towns kicks to Rose, to the middle, stolen by Walker. To the inside, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Walker. DeRozan's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Here's Walker. He's got 11. Pass to Bellinelli. Hits the three-point bomb. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. Rose finds Teague. Back to Rose. Here's Towns. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Walker with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Knocks it loose. Passes it to Bertans. Here's Aldridge. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Sharch checked in for Minnesota. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Bertans. Bryn Forbes comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Walker.
One shot.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Teague the pass to Rose. But they'll get another chance. Stolen away. Teague against Murray. DeRozan's shot is good.
Well, this is the point where you say, uh-oh, DeMar DeRozan is going to start to get rolling. This guy can impose his will.
Rose kicks to Towns. Teague for 3. And it's Gay with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. Spurs leading by 6. And here's DeRozan. He had 31 points in the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Now here's Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots. And another basket for San Antonio.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
And it's Wiggins missing. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. And Forbes kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Covington. DeRozan's shot is off.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Towns dishes to Covington. Will it go? Rebounded by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 8 rebounds in this game. Right at the free throw line. Here's DeRozan. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now a 10-point Spurs lead.
Well, I have always loved the willingness of DeMar DeRozan to mix it up physically. He's got a lean frame, but it doesn't mean he's got a lean game.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
Now here's Zhang. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Down low and stolen by Aldridge. To the middle, and oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
Teague against Murray. Teague gets to Saric, and again Minnesota will turn it over. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Spurs leading by 12. Now here's Murray. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Teague finds Saric. Back to Teague. Saric outside. The pass to Zhang. 5 on the clock. To end the drought. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on DeRozan. For Minnesota, they had gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
Here is Forbes, covered by Wiggins. Here's Murray. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Saric passes to Wiggins. Kept alive, Minnesota. Towns, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 12 points in the game.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Up top, DeRozan, covered by Saric. Aldridge kicks to Murray. Here's Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Well, he's so good at finding high percentage shots. Karl Anthony Towns, even with a tough defender on him, comes through. That's pretty work.
Here's DeRozan. He's got 16. Over Saric. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 1:53 left in the first half. Feeds it to Zhang. Out left to the wing. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Saric.
Well, Gorgui Zhang with the nice delivery. Not only surprising people with his scoring, but how he can facilitate as well.
Now, here's DeRozan. Look at those numbers of his. You just can't say enough about the work he's doing at the offensive end. He's averaging about 30.5 points a game.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, you know, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
KG, I wanted to give you a special thanks for joining us, helping us with the call tonight. You always have a seat at this table to broadcast any of our games.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, man. It was an honor, man, seriously.
We'll do it again soon.
Let me know, man.
That's KG. That's the great Kevin Garnett.
My dog.
And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
Now here's Saric. He's got 10. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Dang. San Antonio's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Rudy Gay, Greg, has always been a fantastic scorer since he came into the NBA.
And Gay doesn't do as much scoring as he once did, but he has become more efficient. Doesn't have plays ran for him, gets looks through his instinct, and as he's gotten older, Gay has become even more crafty with how he scores.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
Well, the Timberwolves last year finally broke through that 14-year playoff drought, but they made it very clear that's not enough. This is a team with much bigger aspirations.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Rose is checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Saric. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. He kicks it to Zhang. 6 on the shot clock, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against San Antonio.
At times, it seems to me, Zhang doesn't get a whole lot of respect from the officials, but drew that foul.
The Timberwolves made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That free throw, good from Zhang.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year, as Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
No good on the second free throw. Now Gay. He had 25 points in the win against the Bulls in Chicago. Over Gibson.
I'll tell you, Taj Gibson does such a sensational job sticking his man on the defensive end. He has made a living there.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Pop, what did you think of the pace of your team in the first half?
Well, we've upped the pace. It's what we need to do because we're not as good a defensive team as we used to be, so something's got to give somewhere.
Pop, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Spurs leading by 10. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. No good from Gay. The Timberwolves shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Covington's shot is off.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Well, this is where DeMar DeRozan proves he is the real deal. Not only a skilled scorer, skilled at finding his teammates as well.
Now here's Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on DeRozan.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And Greg, with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Evan?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. Now here's Teague. He has 7. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, Wiggins, young in his career, but he's already giving lots of defenders headaches night after night. Well, you think about Andrew Wiggins, guys, signing that max deal in 2017. Timberwolves ownership, though, wanted to sit down with Wiggins to hear him commit to being a better player. Pretty unusual stuff.
One shot.
And on the heels of that contract extension, all of Andrew Wiggins' shooting percentages fell last season. Doris, you think a cause for concern for the Timberwolves?
Well, I think obviously, Kevin, anytime you've committed almost $30 million a season to one guy, the expectations are going to be sky high. For me, Andrew Wiggins needs to just stay consistent. We are talking about a guy with elite athleticism, plenty to take advantage on the offensive end. It's a question for me of, does Andrew Wiggins want to be great? Because the potential is there.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by DeMar DeRozan. And, of course, Derrick Rose.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're more like hybrid guards. They can create opportunities for their teammates or handle the scoring duties themselves. Either way, they're valuable to have around.
Now here's DeRozan. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, the shot's good from Forbes.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Towns down low. Aldridge is covering. The shot by Sharch, no good.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And the Timberwolves call time here.
To me, DeMar DeRozan had a special year last year. And the reason I say that is he changed his game. We knew he was a great scorer, but what he did was expand his three-point shooting capability, and he became much more of a facilitator. There's a ton to love about DeMar DeRozan.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Sharch.
You look at the numbers tonight. When Wiggins asserts himself, he's painful to defend.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Murray against T. Gay kicks to DeRozan. Knocked away. Back to Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one drops for him. Doris, with DeRozan and his improved passing, you could see it in his play.
Well, I think DeMar DeRozan recognized that in today's NBA, you've got to have more than 1 or 2 offensive threats. So give this guy credit for working on his playmaking ability.
Now here's DeRozan. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Wiggins right side. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Walker subbed in for DeJounte Murray. San Antonio leading by 13. DeRozan surveying the D. Wiggins with some nice D.
Man, look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Here's Covington. Shoots over DeRozan. That one off the back iron and out. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Timberwolves have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Covington's shot is off. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Aldridge. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
And many thought LaMarcus Aldridge was on a downswing in his career, but boy, were they wrong.
You know, Aldridge silenced a lot of critics with his play last season. I mean, in a league that has very few great low-post players, he demonstrated he's still one of the best. Has so many moves and tricks in his game, and when he gets the ball down low, the defense really has very little to do with it.
And Aldridge no good on that one. Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down and they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding?
Minnesota calls timeout. And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Walker finds Gay outside DeRozan. Back to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Bellinelli passes to Aldridge. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Wiggins. It's Covington on the wing. Off target from outside.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Covington against DeRozan. Here's Walker. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his 6th assist on the night. Timberwolves trail by 18. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Towns. The shot. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here is Aldridge. He's got 13. And Walker kicks to DeRozan. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in this second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And it's Wiggins missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Wiggins has got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, still working on consistency from range, but improved shot mechanics for Andrew Wiggins.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Gibson comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Luol Deng is checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Rose in for Jeff Teague. The Spurs also changing it up. Bertanis, he's checked in for Aldridge. Pondexter comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Mills in for DeMar DeRozan. Gorgui Dieng, the 21st pick in 2013 out of Louisville. He's more than lived up to that selection.
Well, let's remember, this is a national champion we're talking about. The Louisville Cardinals won it with him anchoring them defensively. He's also shown a nice shooting touch in the mid-range game in the professional leagues. But I think it's his defense that still remains the strength of his game.
2 shots.
That free throw, good from Jang.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And Jang drops them both. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball, good passers among the big men?
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic, because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes 2 actions ahead, is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Here's Mills, following the score by Derrick Rose. Mills passes to Bertans, and he's good on the 3-ball. Bertans got 5.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Timberwolves, 3rd best record here in the early going. And checking out San Antonio, just a few spots below there.
And you know, for the Spurs, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
So it's the Spurs now, following the 3-pointer by Andrew Wiggins. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Down low. Here's Jang. He goes up again. Wiggins dishes to Gibson. Outside Dang. Shot clock at 5. Jang finds Dang. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 6.
Well, Gorgui Dieng, as a big man, is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Mills passes to Walker. Back to Mills. Fires the 3. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in.
Well, obviously, it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around. Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
And Walker kicks to Bertans. Pass to Bellinelli. Pondexter with it. Gibson on him. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And Wiggins throws it down.
Well, Andrew Wiggins, if you allow him to work in space, turn the lights out.
1:44 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Mills looking it over. Kicks it to Bellinelli. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
How are hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Dang dishes to Rose. In the corner, Gibson with it. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Passes it to Walker. It's stolen by Rose. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
San Antonio leading by 6. Outside, Walker. And the pass to Mills to stop the drought. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists here tonight.
Boy, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Now here's Rose. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Rose has got 7.
And as he's tried to preserve his body to play a complete season, Rose has begun to lean more on that outside jumper.
Shot from 12. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And now it's just a 4-point San Antonio lead. Mills with it. 8 points for him. Outside, Walker. From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Spurs lead by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Rose with the ball for the Timberwolves. We've got Derrick Rose. Zhang is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Dang, and it's Jarch in at the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And stolen by Murray, and a fast break now for the Spurs. But they recover it. Gay passes to Bertens. Murray outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's the floater. Some solid defense from Rose. Timberwolves trail by 4. To the inside. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Rose. Gibson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Timberwolves. Murray kicks to Forbes. Pass to Bertans. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Gay. Over Gibson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, the offense got him the ball in exactly the position they wanted. That's just better defense.
It's intercepted. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And Bellinelli kicks to Gay. To the wing right side. Here's Forbes. Count it, and the foul. They get Luol Deng.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Minnesota making some changes. Robert Covington comes in for Zhang, and it's Teague in for Luol Deng. And San Antonio also making a switch. DeRozan's checked in. And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
Rose, 5 to shoot. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. Here's Bertans, defended by Gibson. To the paint, here's Gay. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And I like the energy of Gay, especially inside. He's incredible at getting to his spots in the paint.
T kicks to Saric. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here, and we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside Rose. Covington in the corner. He's looking for Saric and finds him. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gay. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Taj Gibson. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Poked loose. Covington with the steal. Buries it down low.
Oh, terrific work finishing a soft move like that. The finger roll.
San Antonio leading by 3. Murray kicks to Gay. Pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Covington. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Towns finds Saric, and the shot is good. And it's now only a 1-point San Antonio lead.
Impressive awareness from Karl Anthony Towns. Dependable at finding teammates with a terrific look there.
Towns with the steal. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers.
And that game against the Lakers, it's the 2nd game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Here's Towns following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Outside, Towns. It's Covington on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over DeRozan. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Covington.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Murray against T. Covington with the steal. And it's Towns penetrating, so they take the lead.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And here's DeRozan. Shoots over Covington. Wow, way off on that one.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
San Antonio with the ball, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Nailed from 3-point land.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Teague dishes to Towns. He kicks it to Saric. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
I'll tell you, that's the killer instinct you need to have. You love the attacking mentality near the cup.
Here's DeRozan. Towns with the steal.
Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
Now here's Gay, following the miss by Derrick Rose. It's stolen by T, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, that's really good work inside from DeMar DeRozan. You know, he knows how to get position where a defender is almost forced to foul him.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
Well, I think you know what you're going to get from DeMar DeRozan at the free throw line. Year in and year out, this guy's going to be about 80–85%.
Now here's Teague. Right side Towns over Murray. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. For San Antonio, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's DeRozan. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
On defense, Minnesota, and that one good. And that's now 28 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Towns, the pass to Rose. Dishes to Sharich. Over Gay. And that one hits back iron.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Teague following the shot by Rudy Gay. And Gay with a clear path to the hoop. And finished off by Gay.
And Gay is superb at knowing where to run to in the open floor. A clever forward who finds ways to score in the fast break.
Now here's Teague. Now the pass to Rose. Kicks to Sharich. Covington finds Rose. 6 to shoot. A shake. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls from Sharich. Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Timberwolves. Sharich nails them both. San Antonio with the ball. The lead is 2. Knocked loose. Teague, the pass to Covington. Lays it up off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Murray. Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, finishing with confidence. Wiggins getting a great understanding for this game.
San Antonio with the ball. Here is Forbes. Pass to Aldridge. And the first one drops. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Here's Murray following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Spurs working the ball around now. Aldridge misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Teague. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Gay kicks to Murray. DeRozan against Covington. Back to Aldridge. From the wing, shot clock at 5, and he hits the jump shot. And that's now 30 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, my goodness. You could tell DeMar DeRozan demanded the basketball. He wanted the chance to be the deciding factor.
Down low. Wiggins dishes to Saric. Count that bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here is Forbes. Unloads. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's Teague. It's Covington on the wing. There's the dish to Towns. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Minnesota gets it back with a new shot clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
We've talked about this guy's ability to get to the free throw line. Towns in incredibly tough cover.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, a 7-footer who's got guard-like skills, who can shoot the lights out. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem, guys.
And Towns drops them both.
That's exactly who they want at the line, and he comes through again.
So it's the Spurs now. On the wing, DeRozan. Releases. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Wiggins, right side. San Antonio with the rebound. Here is Forbes. And with that shot, the Minnesota leaders cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from DeMar DeRozan.
A determined scorer down low. We know this about DeMar DeRozan. He is always looking to put pressure on the defense.
Now here's Towns. Back to Teague. Pass to Towns. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Right side, DeRozan. Shoots over Covington. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Covington's shot is off.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Passes it to Towns. To the middle. Here's Saric. Covington wide open. He fires. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
I love the efficiency he's playing with tonight. Not scoring as much as usual, but he's been effective, and they're winning.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 8. There's 53 seconds left in the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. Back to DeRozan. And here's Gay outside. It's rebounded by Towns. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 8-point game. Covington. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Gay kicks to Murray. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .29 seconds left in the fourth. DeRozan against Covington. Kicks it out to Gay. Murray for three. Offensive rebound. Here's DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. .11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Jones. And so Minnesota takes the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.